Live with CDP Sports Talk, a weekly sports and entertainment podcast sponsored by Barry Cullen Chevrolet. Live on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, and LinkedIn. And on audio via Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, Spotify, Anchor FM, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, Radio Public, and TuneIn. Now, here's your host, Chris Palme.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to season 13, episode 43, overall 703 of Live with CDP Sports and Entertainment Talk Show, brought to you by our friends at Barry Cullen Chevrolet Dealership, located at 905 Woodlawn Road West in the Guelph Auto Mall. Live with CDP Sports and Entertainment Talk Show is live streamed on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, Good Pods, and wherever podcasts are available. I hope everyone is doing well on this Saturday, May 2nd, 2026. And I'm excited to have my guest on today. It's her first appearance on our show. I met her through TikTok, and she is an entrepreneur, a content creator, and the owner of her own business called Character Cole, which is a cannabis dispensary store. And she's from Winnipeg, Manitoba. She's also a huge Toronto Blue Jays fan, and she's also passionate about animals as well. And we're going to talk to her a little bit about Winnipeg marketplace food finds as well, the content she does there as well. So we're going to bring on our guest today. Her name is Shira Bellan, and we're going to bring her on right now. Good evening or good afternoon. How are you, Shira? I think your mic is muted.
Me?
Okay. Yeah, I can hear you now. How are you?
Doing well. How are you doing?
Not too bad. It's been a really busy day, but I was really looking forward to having you come on today. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
And how are you doing with your running a business as well?
I'm good. I had the day off today. I worked yesterday and was gathering a whole bunch of marketplace food and filming yesterday. And I have a bunch of stuff coming tomorrow. So I'm just preparing to get that content all created.
And how's your ankle doing? Are you feeling better?
Yeah, I have another probably 3 weeks in an ankle boot. It's been challenging owning my own store and having 2 dogs with a boot, but I'm almost there.
You mentioned 2 dogs. What's their names and breeds?
I have a golden doodle. He's 14. His name's Tucker. And then I've got a 2-year-old. She's like a lab retriever, and her name's Betty White.
Wow. And having dogs is like having your own kids. They're a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week job.
They're my babies.
Yes, and I was just at a local humane society this afternoon walking dogs as well before we came on here tonight too. I love being around dogs.
They're the best.
Anybody that has dogs has to be a good person in most cases.
I agree. Dogs are intuitive. If my dogs don't trust them, I question them.
100%. And you're also a big baseball fan, and your Blue Jays got a big win today, 11-4 over Minnesota.
Yeah, they did. I haven't missed a game in a long time. I make sure to go to at least a couple games a year. I know more than a lot of people about the team. I am a huge fan.
How did you become a Blue Jays fan being based out of Winnipeg, Manitoba?
I don't know. When I was a kid, I used to just lay on my parents' floor and I started watching like Carlos Delgado days, Alex Rodriguez days. And one of my exes is from Toronto, and I just started watching and I've never stopped. And then the last probably 5 years, I've begun very hardcore, and I just love it. Love it.
Being media, I've been able to interview Jose Bautista, John Olerud, Jesse Barfield, and it's just been amazing. And a lot of the guys that are on the Jays team, yeah. I interviewed down in the farm system with Buffalo the last couple years as well. And Davis Schneider is one of the most humble and down-to-earth guys you'll ever meet. Good guys.
I feel like they have a really, really nice group of players right now. So I just love the team. They're so fun to watch.
And people got to realize too, they're as good as they were last year. Every year in baseball is different, and they were never going to win 162 games. And I find when the team wins, the fans get too high, and when they lose, they write them off quickly.
163, 100, something like that games a year. They're off to a rough start, but they also have 13 players that are injured. And you told me today that Springer's out again. And I mean, their pitching lineup isn't solid right now. But Varland closing, we got something good. And once Kirk's back and Barger, I think they're going to be good. And I mean, every team's going to lose some games. So
100%. And my team right now is Detroit, and they're under 500. They're 16-17, but they're a half game out of first place in the AL Central. To be honest, other than the Yankees right now, there's nobody that's really playing really good baseball in the American League right now other than New York.
Well, it also comes down to a team that makes the least amount of errors, and errors happen in every game. They're obviously not intentional. And so, I mean, the Jays have a good team and they love each other as humans and players. They're like brothers. And so I think that, I mean, this season is so early right now and anything can happen.
Shira, can you just tell our audience, I'm based in Guelph, which is about an hour from Toronto. Can you just tell our audience a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, I'm born and raised in Winnipeg, Manitoba, and I've owned my own cannabis dispensary for 5 years. I've always sort of been in the cannabis industry, and my dad is the owner, or was the owner. He still writes for it, of the Jewish Post and News in Winnipeg, and so I've sort of grown up with a little bit of a media background. And I graduated from business school with a major in marketing. And owning my own store, I obviously have responsibilities associated with business, and I've always just been a very friendly, talk to anyone kind of person. I love asking people questions. I have a little bit of ADD, so I sometimes ask so many questions to just get them out. I don't listen to the answers, but I genuinely love chatting with people. And that's kind of how my page started, just messaging strangers.
And that's how we connected on TikTok, because I saw your content. I liked your content, and that's how we reached out to you. And a lot of my guests nowadays, I end up meeting through different social media platforms.
Yeah, I try really hard, and I'm really good at responding to people. I love chatting with people. I've made a lot of friends. A lot of creepers on the internet, but I've definitely I pride myself in responding to people, because without viewers, I wouldn't have a page. And yeah, I love chatting with people. So I always respond to comments as best as I can. And I always respond to messages. I love it.
And I transitioned in from being security into media radio 6 years ago. And my security skills, I've transferred over into the media industry. And what I love about the show is my guests, and also the storytelling. And every guest that comes on here, I learn something new from them as well.
Yeah, that's what I love doing when I'm talking to people. I love, like, I'm chatting with a woman right now who was commenting to me about something. Some guy on TikTok messaged me saying, do you want me to pay your rent and whatever? And I responded back saying, no, his name is Daddy Daniel on there. And I said, no, Dado D-bag. And she's just loving it. And she's like, it's just, I love chatting with people. It's hilarious. The comments, the messages, it's so funny for me.
Have you thought about in the future starting your own podcast show up?
No, not really. I'm quite bad with technology, and I also don't have a ton of time. My business partner moved to Toronto, so I am the only one in the city running my store. And I also just am busy. The marketplace stuff keeps me very busy. And then also my store, I work 7 days a week. But I'm happy to go on anyone's podcasts or chat with anyone anytime. So maybe in the future I could. My dad is actually really involved in my page. He's my biggest fan, and he's trying to get me a website. I'm not monetized at all. I am supporting all these local businesses out of pocket, and my dad is encouraging me to start making a little bit of money back. So he wants me to get a website up where people that I've promoted can advertise on a page. That's more his interest. I hate computers. I'm really bad with them. So if a podcast was clicking a button and just going on, maybe I'd consider it, but I think there's a little bit more to it.
Well, yeah, StreamYard is StreamYard is great for me and my guests, but people don't realize too, the on-air stuff is easy, but I have to spend hours booking guests, coordinating my schedule. I have to spend hours downloading videos, downloading my content, and also sometimes guests have emergencies that come up at the last minute, so I have to adjust by the fly. But I love doing it. If you have a passion for something, it's not really work.
Yeah, no, if you ever need me last minute, you can message me. I can find time. But I I like filming my own stuff, and I do everything. I don't take an hour to film each video. It's very on the spot. It's very
Yeah.
natural. And I think that's why I've become popular, because people tell me all the time I'm very real, and that what you see in my videos is
Yep.
exactly who I am. I don't filter myself. I swear, I say something's disgusting. I am who I am. And that's not what you find on the internet nowadays. A lot of influencers are not authentic, and I will always be my authentic self. So happy to be on your show whenever you need.
Well, thank you so much. And that's the one thing too. The way I'm speaking to you now is the way I speak to everyone else. And be yourself. Don't try to be somebody that you're not.
Nah, I never would.
Now, I wanted to get your thoughts, Shira. How would
Yeah.
you describe yourself as an entrepreneur? And do you find there's more women becoming entrepreneurs nowadays?
How my business in the cannabis area started was, we found that there were very few. We started as a paraphernalia store, and we found that there were very few products catered towards women who smoke cannabis. So that's how we started our website. We're LGBTQ women owned, women run, women employed. Not intentionally. I had one male employee and it didn't work out. But my staff are all women, and we're very open minded. We would hire anyone. It just happens to be women run, women owned. And I find that still most businesses and most entrepreneurs, it's a male dominated society. And I think that, I don't know why that is, but I still think it is male dominated. And I think that that's why I'm also popular. I'm quite loud and proud. And I also support everyone. I'm not looking at gender or how people identify when I'm purchasing something, but I'm definitely super pumped to help promote women businesses. But I'm also really pumped to help promote the small guy anywhere.
What are some stereotypes of cannabis even to this day? I know Canada was the first industrialized country in the world to legalize it. I believe 2018 under Pierre or Justin Trudeau. I don't know why I said Pierre, but I just wanted to get your thoughts on the stereotypes of cannabis even today.
There's still crazy social stigmas around smoking cannabis. Like, we have to have our windows covered. People are still insecure getting seen walking in and out of shops, but they're not buying cigarettes or buying alcohol. There's laws that you can only buy 30 grams of cannabis, and that's including edibles, capsules, sprays, drinks, the actual flower. But you can go into the liquor store and buy 700 bottles of vodka. In the history of cannabis, there has not been one reported death. Alcohol, different, but still there's so many different laws around cannabis. And I think it's absolute bullshit, because cannabis, liquor, and lottery are all under the same branch of government, but the laws are different for liquor and cannabis. So the government has made it quite difficult to succeed as a store. The taxes are outrageous. The laws are outrageous. Like any business, if you've made it past the 3-year mark, you're probably doing something right. It hasn't been easy because the entire country allowed cannabis to oversaturate in the market. Anyone with money can open a store. So you had to really have a niche. And my store's niche was woman owned and LGBTQ, Jewish owned. And we have a lot of support from the community. Otherwise, we probably wouldn't have survived. The government doesn't make it easy, even though it's legalized. You can go to a patio or a bar and have drinks outside. You can't smoke a joint. I get it. It smells. and smoke, but the laws are so different and they're all under the same branch. So I don't know. There's a lot of things that need to change. One thing that's very recent is the Manitoba government made it illegal for cannabis employees to accept samples, but you can go into the liquor stores and you can literally drink a sample on the spot. And there is no way that reps are not giving employees samples, bottles, shots to take home and try. How does anyone learn about a product without trying it? So it's ass backwards that my employees and myself are not allowed to take samples. We learn by taste, smell, however, and we're not allowed to do that anymore, but liquor stores can. So there's a lot of laws that need to be relooked at. It's just not fair. I don't know what their thoughts are behind it. It has nothing to do with women or men ownership. It's just there's so many different separate laws, but it's all under the same branch of government, and don't know.
If you had a chance to talk to a politician, what would you say as a business owner about it?
I would just say that in the grand scheme of things, drinking and smoking are both equally not the healthiest option for someone, but without fail, without question, alcohol is proven way, 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 way worse on the human body, the mind, the spirit, and the soul over cannabis. Like I said, there's 0 in the history of cannabis-related deaths. Yes, you can green out, which is smoking too much, or you can eat edibles and get sick, and then maybe someone has, choked on their vomit and died, but it has nothing to do with cannabis. It has everything to do with them, the vomit, the choking, whatever. Whereas with alcohol, they're proving that it's causing liver failure, cancers, alcoholism. Also, cannabis, it affects your brain. So when anyone becomes addicted, it's a mental dependency. Your body is never physically addicted to it. So, I mean, alcoholics go through withdrawal. There's no such thing as cannabis withdrawal. Your mood might be affected. You might be moodier from not smoking, but that's because you've developed habits, not addictions.
One of the stereotypes I heard growing up in the 80s was doing marijuana, cannabis will shrink your brain size down.
Cannabis definitely, absolutely, without a doubt, affects long-term memory, but alcohol does too. And, there's no one that's smoking a joint and then going and punching someone in the face. If anything, stoners become unmotivated to work, and I'm 100% fine with the legal age of cannabis being 19, because I know based on studies that the brain in teenagers and children hasn't fully developed, and cannabis can affect it. But it's weird that you can drink alcohol at 18, not 19, and explain to me why.
Manitoba must be different because Ontario, it's 19 to drink. It's
Yeah.
19 for both. So Manitoba must be a little different with the age requirement.
Yeah, it is. And I don't actually even know because I'm not a cigarette smoker, but I think the legal age is 16 to smoke, 18 to buy. I don't know. It's a newer industry. It's not brand new anymore, but there's a lot of advocates that are fighting for cannabis. I'm not a fighter when it comes to politics at all. I go with the flow and I follow the rules because I don't want to get in trouble at my store. But I know for me that if I eat an edible, I'm not sick the next day. If I have a couple drinks, I'm going to feel it. Other people are totally different. But I know that the long-term health effects of cannabis are far less than the long-term effects of alcohol and every other drug. Pharmaceuticals, don't even get me started. So
it's always been like that. Like I was born in the 70s and 80s, and all I always heard was people who did it they're lazy, they don't have any ambition, and it's just there's always been a big stereotype about it. But drinking is cool, smoking cigarettes is cool. More people get killed in car accidents at the age of 16 than from marijuana or cannabis.
100%. And my days off are Sunday, so I'm having a drink right now. I don't drink a lot at all, and I definitely do not smoke a lot. But I have nothing against anyone that does anything. I don't care if you drink. I don't care if you smoke. I don't care if you smoke cigarettes. I don't care if you take pills. But I think that the laws should be relatively level across the board for any controlled substances. And it's just kind of weird to me that they're very different when it's all a governed sale of something.
But but also, Shira, and a lot of people our audience might not know about this, but can you just tell our audience about some of the medical uses of cannabis and the positive effects it can help with people with health issues?
Well, in the cannabis plant, there's over 1,000 chemical compounds. THC is one of them that gets you high. There are chemical compounds called CBD, CBG, and CBN. CBD is an anti-inflammatory, anti-anxiety, and helps with insomnia. CBG gives your body a little bit of a tingle. It's also an anti-inflammatory, and it really helps with pain. CBN acts as a sedative. And so all of these chemical compounds in the cannabis plant have various health components that help with various ailments. THC is one of the ones that get you high. So my store sells all these products that don't get you high, but they're part of the cannabis plant. Cannabis itself, for me personally, I get quite anxious when I smoke. But for other people, it really helps with anxiety. It mellows them out. It helps slow down your thought process, your brain. Other people, it helps spark the creative thoughts. It helps, for example, an artist, it helps them write song lyrics. It helps painters envision what they want to paint. For someone with high anxiety, it helps just slow them down and settle them down. And yes, it for sure does affect your memory, but what doesn't? So
how did you come up with the character Cole and the branding and marketing aspects of your business?
To us, a character is someone with substance and style, and anyone can be a character. I've always been called a character, and my business partner, I have to give her credit for this. She came up with it. But to us, a character is someone with substance and style. And so Character Co., we're a store inclusive to everyone and anyone.
Now, running a cannabis store, do you have people from the province of Manitoba that come by your store to ensure that you're following the rules and regulations?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. There's inspectors that come in. They do quarterly inspections. They make sure that all of the products in the stores have government stamps and that our cameras are working. They check the vault to make sure that it's all government regulated products. And there's a lot of reporting that is involved in cannabis. It used to be, I think it was required monthly. It might be quarterly now. The POS system that we use formulates a lot of the reports automatically. But my business partner, she's the brains behind the operation. I'm the face and the social media one, and I run the store. She does all the reporting, all the taxes, payroll, accounting. But there is a shit ton that goes on behind closed doors that the LGCA and the MBLL, Manitoba Liquor and Lotteries, that they require that we provide them. So yeah, it's very, very controlled. Everything that we order is through the MBLL. And every dispensary in Manitoba are provided the same lists. And the MBLL processes everything. We order through them. So the only things that we can order that aren't strictly watched are accessories and knickknacks in the store.
What's 2 words to describe your company, Character Cole? 2 words.
Unique and friendly. Everyone, we I've made so many friends through my store because after a while, eventually, all my employees, I've got 3 girls there. We know people's first and last names. They become friends. They become actual friends. We're not a chain. So they're not just a customer walking in the door. They're our buddies and we care about them and we're very knowledgeable. We're not just for me when I come in, when customers come in, I spend time talking to them and finding out what they need, what they're looking for. I'm not just there to sell them something. And a lot of the time I tell them, if I sell you something and you don't like it and it's a product I use, bring it back to me.
Just lost the Wi-Fi. Okay, I'm back. I do apologize for that little technology glitch.
No problem.
Now, the next question I wanted to ask you, Shira, what was the process like of transforming Character Co. from a small kitchen table idea into a recognized retail brand? And how much would you say you've improved and evolved as an entrepreneur the last 5 years?
An insane amount. Just the products that were available when we first started were not what they are right now. There are so many different things that are available to order now. And as an example, majority of items that you could buy in a cannabis dispensary when they first opened were pre-rolls, flour, and a few vape cartridges. Now they've got capsules, they have sprays, they have creams, they have sticks, they have infused pre-rolls, they've got drinks, they've got drink powders. Initially, the maximum milligrams that were allowed to be sold were 10. Doesn't matter, there's no exceptions about it. They've now increased that. They're called party packs. And so you can buy 10 milligrams times 10 for 100 milligrams total. So that's an area where the government realized, why are we capping off the amount of gummies that someone can buy, thinking someone can go buy a case of 6 beer, 24 beer. Why is someone being restricted to buying 10 milligrams of gummies? I don't know how they came up with the 10 milligram area, but they've increased that now. So now people can buy 100. And I think they're allowing the consumer to be more responsible about their purchases instead of the government.
What would you say to somebody that comes into your store and they've never tried cannabis before? Would you be able to help them out for somebody who's never tried it in the first time?
I've been in this industry for 25 years, and with personal experience, the rule of thumb 100% of the time is low and slow. That's what I always encourage people. And I always say you can eat more, you can smoke more, you can't eat less, you can't smoke less. So just start off small, see how you feel, take it from there. Edibles can take up to 90 minutes to kick in and to feel the effects. So I always tell people, wait at least 90 minutes. And I always ask people, I get a history of people. I find out, I ask what their intentions are when using a product. Why are you buying this? What do you want to happen? What do you expect to happen? And then we figure it out from there. And like I said, my employees have been with me for a long time and they know the products, whereas chain stores, they don't give a shit about the customers. So they'll just sell them anything. At my store, we talk to the customer and we figure out what their needs are, and then we provide them with a quality product.
Sounds like being responsible.
And also, we just care. We're a small mom and pop.
And making sure people who use it are responsible with it as well. It's like anything else.
What someone does with the products after they leave my store, you're an adult, you're over 19, do what you want with it. I'm going to give you the information you need to make an educated decision. Do what you want, though. I'm not your mom, I'm not your dad, I'm not your babysitter. It's the same with alcohol, but with cannabis and my store specifically, when a customer comes in and when a customer leaves, they know what they're getting and they have the information that they need if they want it. We don't lie.
What's a fun? Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
I hear from a lot of customers that come into my store that shop at chains that they had really poor customer service, and that's the number one thing with chains, that the customer service is very poor. And that's because these people don't care. Whereas with my girls, they care. And like I've said a few times, like we know who the customers are. We get repeat customers, and it's for a reason.
Do you find more and more small these days in Canada?
Sorry, you cut out there.
Okay, I wanted to ask you, what do you find there's more small businesses shrinking nowadays, just with all the rules, regulations, and the economy nowadays?
The government allowed the industry to be oversaturated. They initially had the 5 government stores open with, I think it was 3 or 4 locations. Then they opened it up to anyone. Anyone that's opening nowadays, I think they're insane because there are so many stores already that are established. And so in the rural areas, it's good because people who want to smoke are going to smoke. And there's a lot of gray market businesses that are taking the money and the customers away from legal dispensaries. There's no one enforcing it. So if a rural area has a store, then at least people have a safe product that they can go and buy. They're going to buy it anyway.
I'm not sure if you'll know the answer to this question, but how many cannabis stores are in the Winnipeg area, in the Winnipeg market right now?
Over 100 for sure. And then I think in Manitoba, including rural areas, I think there's close to 200. Some rural areas, their politicians have banned them and they have different laws. I'm not clear because I don't care what the rural communities are doing, but I know that after speaking with the reps, they've told me that that the laws are different, and they probably just don't have as much money possibly to open. Everything in cannabis dispensaries is done with cash. Any money in your bank account, that's what you have to buy. Nothing is allowed to be purchased on credit. So it doesn't matter if you open up a new store and you get a credit card with $100,000, you're not able to buy anything. So you have to have the money. And so every dollar that my business partner and I have made, it goes right back into the business, into buying more inventory. And all stores, it doesn't matter where they are, we're all provided the same ordering list. Same with rural. So why they would succeed or why they would fail, why they wouldn't open, why they would open, no idea. We're all provided the same opportunities when it comes to opening and when it comes to ordering. Small towns, if someone wants to open there, there's not a lot stopping them. It might be the community that is saying no, but legally they are allowed to.
And what's Character Cool's
Sorry, you cut out
website here for audience people that are watching from your area in Winnipeg or Manitoba? I was going to say, what's your company's website for people to look up?
Just characterco.ca.
characterco.ca, and I guess you guys are on all social media platforms too?
Instagram and Facebook.
Before we get into your food funds with the Winnipeg Marketplace, what's one fun fact about cannabis? One fun fact the audience might not know about cannabis.
Oh. That 420 is complete bullshit. A lot of people think that that's Bob Marley's birthday. No, it actually started with a group of college students going and smoking at 4 o'clock, 20 minutes, and 420 turned into some big advocacy thing. Most mature stoners do not care about 420. It's sort of a made-up holiday like Valentine's Day.
Did not know that.
Yeah, people think it's Bob Marley's birthday.
And one last thing I wanted to ask, if you take so much of it.
Yeah. Sorry, what was the question?
Yeah, I was going to ask you, if you take cannabis and use a little bit of amount of it, and you mix it with alcohol, it can affect you even more, right? Yeah. Like, it's probably not a good idea to do both at the same time.
To each their own. Every individual is different. Some people need cannabis to help them sleep. And if they've drank alcohol, it might not affect them. Everyone is different. Any customer that comes in my store, I suggest not mixing it because you want to feel the effects differently. Cannabis affects your brain. Alcohol affects your liver. The effects, I find that people that mix the two, it tends to make them a little bit sloppier, slurry words. Your thought process is slowed down. Again, when people are affected negatively by cannabis, it's your brain. It has everything to do with your thoughts. You're not actually dying. You're not, there aren't actually monsters and goblins. Whereas with alcohol, when you drink too much, you've poisoned yourself, your liver, your brain, you get sick. Cannabis, it's not great to mix the two because it can really slow you down. Cannabis affects the brain. So allow your brain to think and feel and then do whatever you want. Mix them if you want, but I never suggest it.
Do you know what the legal limit is in the province of Manitoba for having cannabis in your system? Is it?
There's zero tolerance.
It's similar to alcohol?
I don't know if it's zero tolerance for alcohol. It used to be 0.08. But for cannabis, also cannabis can stay in the blood system for up to 90 days. If they pulled someone over and did a cannabis test, I'm not clear on how it works, but I actually am not really familiar with it because I don't use cannabis and drive ever, but I know that it can stay in your system. There's probably a Richter scale. If someone took a bong rip and got in the car, they'd probably register quite high. Whereas if someone smoked a joint yesterday, then, they might register. But also the police would use their discretion. If the person is acting completely sober, zero signs of cannabis, zero smell, none in the car, pull them over, they test positive for cannabis, I think that they would kind of think about it. They're not pulling someone over for no reason, testing them for cannabis, saying you have a negligible amount in your blood, your hair, your skin, whatever, and then giving them trouble for it. There's probably someone smoking a joint that gets pulled over or is driving erratically or has pie-eyed.
Okay, Shira, I was going to move into your other, the other thing you like to do, and that's about being in the Winnipeg marketplace. Just how did you come about being a content creator and come about the Winnipeg marketplace food finds with Shira Time?
Very unintentionally. I was laying on my couch one night, scrolling on Marketplace. Whenever I'm looking for something, I always see what's available on Marketplace, mostly furniture, clothes, whatever, jewelry. And I started noticing a few food items coming up. And I just decided I wanted to buy something. I thought it would be funny. And I filmed it. And I just I created the account sort of out of nowhere. And I had about 1,000 friends on my personal page, and I added them all. And they loved it. And they said it was hilarious. And then a group in Winnipeg called Winnipeg Wilden, they've got pages in other provinces too. They posted me, and it exploded after that. It gave me a lot of exposure. And it just grew. Because I am a very authentic person, and I can safely and confidently say that. And so people just grasped it, latched onto it, and they love me, I love them, and it just turned into what it is today. And I'm very supportive of small businesses, as I'm one myself. And I think people are really proud of that, and also really proud to support small businesses. And I'm giving them a lot of light that they wouldn't have. And so I think my page is just a very positive place. And so I think people love it. I'm told daily that I'm bringing a lot of light in a really dark world. And so people look forward to my videos. And it was very unintentional. I had no idea this was going to happen. It did, and I'm happy to do it. And it's going to keep going for a while. I've got lots of content ready to go.
Are you surprised how your content has really
Yeah.
taken off on, so
Yeah.
especially TikTok?
Yeah, TikTok is a little slower than my Instagram following, but yeah, people in Australia, in the US, across Canada message me, follow me. I don't know how they found me. I have no idea how they found me. A couple buddies told me that they heard me on the radio or heard about my page on the radio in BC. What really pisses me off there are some content creators in the US with 1 million followers, 500,000 followers, and they recently started reviewing Facebook Marketplace food. They're ripping me off. I don't know where they did not think of this. This is my baby. I thought of this. I started it very early November, and you can see timestamps of when these guys are doing this. It's fine with me. I mean, I can't stop anyone from doing it too. And my page is my unique page, but people are doing it, and they're not me. They're not as good as me.
How did you end up coming up with the name? Obviously, you're from Winnipeg, but how did you come up with
this
Marketplace Food Find?
Because that's exactly what it is. It's Winnipeg, Facebook Marketplace, food I'm finding.
I'm going to put you on the spot with this question. If you're okay for a couple more minutes, couple more questions. What have been some of your most unique businesses, establishment in Winnipeg for trying different foods?
The Floral Marshmallow Girl is number one. I was just at a baby shower this afternoon, and I showed up with her extra large floral bouquet. They look real. They are very tasty. Do not think store-bought marshmallow. They're handmade from scratch. They have a citrusy taste and a toffee texture. They're so beautiful that people feel bad eating them. If you go on my page, you can find them. And it's actually part of my story today. They're so beautiful that you feel guilty eating them, but I've gifted them to a bunch of women in my life, including my best friend at the baby shower today. And the second I walked in the door with them, I was bombarded with everyone wanting to take pictures. Another one that was unbelievable, it's this lady, she owns a company called All Yummies, and her pancit, her crab lumpia, or her crab rangoons, and her lumpia are unbelievable. I went in sort of blind on something. I can't remember what it's called, but I messaged someone. I knew they were Asian. I didn't know what country they were from. It is one of my favorite dishes ever. It was a peanut buttery noodle dish with perfectly placed gomae, like seaweed salad, carrots, cucumbers, sesame seeds, just the best dressing, a rice noodle under there. I've explored a lot of ethnic food that I would never order at a restaurant and that I didn't know existed from this page. So many good bakers, so many, too many to name. And just the ethnic foods. You can't order some of these dishes in restaurants. There's just no restaurants that offer them. But there's multicultural people on Marketplace that are selling food that they make in home. And it's really opened my eyes to a whole cuisine I had no idea existed.
Have you thought about writing a book about this in the future from your experiences?
No, I haven't really thought about much. I do everything on the spot, day to day. All I think about is my next review. I constantly have food coming. I have 3 things coming tomorrow, and that's all I'm thinking about, trying to remember what I've ordered.
So do a lot of these businesses ship it to you, or do you go to these businesses in person as well?
I don't like going to people's houses. I'm taking a big enough risk ordering food from someone's homemade house kitchen. For safety reasons, I'm 5'2", 110 pounds. I don't want to go into or near someone's house, so I will always pay for delivery. People laugh at the amount of food I order, and that's often because I'll order enough to make the person deliver to me. they'll often say, no, we don't deliver. And I say, what if I get this much? They're like, see you at 3. So.
Who has the best cookies in Winnipeg from your experiences so far? Some of the top cookies.
So there's 2. Actually, there's 3. I had this girl make stuffed cookies. And then yesterday, I had their Biscoff protein cookies. And I had ordered them before, and the girl's packaging needed work. She used a pistachio cream on them. So it looked like something that someone got sick on, and she just stacked them in cellophane wrapping. They tasted amazing, but they looked absolutely disgusting. I saw that she had new cookies on Marketplace, so I inquired as to how she makes them protein. She uses protein powder. She fails to mention the amount of sugar and fat that are in them, but I had them yesterday, and oh my God, they are unbelievable. I would order them anytime and just pretend like I wouldn't count them as a healthy protein treat. They're just a damn good cookie. And then I had these other cookies dropped off. They were just called big cookies. The guy gave me 10 different kinds. There were Oreo cookies, caramel stuffed cookies, regular chocolate chip cookies, macadamia nut cookies, matcha cookie, a red velvet cookie. I tried bites of all of them until I felt sick, and oh, they were so good. The baking on
here's a little fun.
Unreal.
Go ahead.
Just the baking, the bakers on Marketplace. It's unreal. Unreal. If I need anything for anywhere, I'll check Marketplace. It's so good.
Now, have you tried butter tarts? Because last summer, I was a butter tart judge at a festival in Stratford, Ontario, where Justin Bieber was born, and I tried 16 different butter tarts. At the end of the day, I didn't want to see sugar for a couple weeks.
Yeah, no, I haven't specifically tried butter tarts. I haven't ordered butter tarts, but I've ordered dessert packages, and they've been in there, and they're good. A butter tart isn't my go-to. It's not what I'd order. I'm a cheesecake gal.
What makes a good cheesecake?
I have no idea. I have zero culinary experience. I know what tastes good in my mouth, and right now I'm very obsessed with Biscoff. I didn't even really know what it is, but anything Biscoff I will buy and I will love.
The best cheesecake I've ever had was from Junior's in Brooklyn, New York. I had their blueberry cheesecake, and one slice was like an equivalent of 5 pieces. Very expensive, but to me, Junior's right now is the best cheesecake I've ever had. If you ever get to go to New York City, try Junior's.
Okay, I've been to New York. I'll put that on my list.
Junior's, yes. At the restaurant too, but their cheesecake's just incredible. And I do think they have it in Canada now too, in some grocery stores as well.
Okay, I'll try and find it.
Shira, how often do you post content on the Winnipeg Marketplace Food Find social media platforms? How often?
At least 4 times a week. I know when my higher view days are, and I know when my higher view times are, but I have enough content to post every day for the next 2 months, but I don't want to. I don't want to flood. And it takes me a little bit to respond to everyone. Like I had mentioned earlier, I do like to respond to every message and every comment. So I give myself enough time to be able to do that. But I'm posting at least 4 times a week.
And one thing I've learned about social media. Sorry, what was that?
I said stay tuned. I have tons coming.
Okay, and one thing too I've learned about social media is everyone's attention spans is shrinking nowadays. It seems like any video that's 15 seconds or less gets more of a hit than the longer videos of a minute or 2 days.
There's no chance I can do a good review in less than a minute. Most of my videos are 1:30, some 2 minutes. The majority, 1:30. I try and cap it. Depends how much food I have and how many things I need to try and comment on.
Have you tried something that wasn't really good at all and you
Like so many
didn't
things that are disgusting. People
disgusting?
yeah, because these are home chefs that someone in their family have said, "Oh, you're such a good cook. You should sell this." They're not professionals. It is disgusting. I've got hairs in food. And also, I don't know, you don't know that a recipe has been followed properly. I get a lot of shit for saying something is gross, but no one other than me knows how it tastes. And no one other than the chef or the cook knows what was in it. So yeah, absolutely, I've had gross things, but also my palate, your palate, the next guy's palate are different. We all have different opinions and different tastes. So what I think is gross, you might not. What a Filipino person enjoys every day that they would eat at home every day, I might not like. I might love it. I don't know. I'm still going to try it, and I'm still going to tell you how I think about it.
If you're okay for 2 minutes, I'd like to play one of your videos from the Winnipeg Food Finds YouTube channel. Everybody, please subscribe, like, and share. And I was just going to play this little clip right now from your YouTube channel. Bear with me, and I think this one is right here.
It's my business partner's birthday today.
Sorry.
So to celebrate, I bought myself some Belgian chocolate strawberries off the marketplace. Are you kidding me? Look how insane these look. This is no regular chocolate strawberry. Look at the gold on it. That's my favorite color. See how this Belgian chocolate tastes. I'm gonna eat all of these tonight. The girl said that they're best before tomorrow, 5 p.m. I laughed. I'm like, these are gonna be gone in 5 minutes. Oh, the white chocolate with the fresh strawberry just hits different. Oh, chocolate and I have dogs. No way I'm sharing these with anyone. These are going straight in here. I just noticed she wrote me a card, and now I love her so much.
Thoughts on that video from your YouTube channel, Winnipeg Marketplace Foods?
Sorry, what was the question?
Oh, just thoughts on that video that you did.
Oh, those were good. How do you go wrong with chocolate covered strawberries? But the girl used Belgian chocolate. They looked beautiful. They'd be a really good gift for anyone, man, woman, whoever you are. They taste good. They were good. And I'm honest. If it was gross, I don't know how you can make a gross chocolate strawberry, but I would have said, oh, this chocolate is bitter or these strawberries are sour.
What makes a good chocolate?
I have no idea, but that was a good chocolate.
I've heard Belgium chocolate's even better than our chocolate.
Oh, Belgium chocolate is good. Speaking of chocolate, though, I actually do have to go because I have to pick up something from Marketplace in about 25 minutes. I have to drive and do it. I'm doing it because the person wouldn't deliver to me.
Okay, and we'll wrap this show up right now, and we'll definitely back on to Shira. Where can our audience again follow you on social media, your website, and the best way of contacting you?
Winnipeg WPG Marketplace Food Finds, or on TikTok, same name, WPG Marketplace Food Finds, or my store is called Character Co., and we're in Winnipeg on Corden Avenue.
And I have it on the graphics as well. But Shira, I want to say thank you so much for giving us over 50 minutes of your time. And I definitely would like to have you come back on again in
anytime
the future as well.
Anytime. It was a pleasure chatting.
And spoil your dogs, and we'll talk to you soon. Give me a little time tonight, and I'll send you the full video, audio, and some reels and clips as well. Right. Thank you so much, Shira. Talk to you soon.
Take care.
You too.
Bye.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye. All right, everybody. That wraps up season 13, episode 43, overall 703 of Live with CDP Sports and Entertainment Talk Show. And you can follow this show on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, X, Instagram, and Live with CDP Sports and Entertainment Talk Show is available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, Good Pods, and wherever podcasts are available. So I want to say thank you to my guest tonight, Shira Bellan, known as Shira Times. She is the owner of Character Coal, a cannabis dispensary store in Winnipeg, and she's a content creator, and also she is a content creator for Winnipeg Food Finds as well. So check her out on all social media platforms as well. As we wrap up the show, I will put her social media stuff on here as well. And as we wrap up this show, guys, my 5th show in 5 days, my next Live with CDP Sports and Entertainment Talk Show is going to be on Monday, May 4th at 3:45 p.m. Eastern with special guest Kelly Dudzik, anchor reporter with WGRZ Channel 2 in Buffalo, New York. Kelly Dudzik has been on the show a number of times, and we're going to talk to Kelly about the latest week on Buffalo, New York, with the Buffalo Bills' new head coach, Joe Brady, the new Highmark Stadium scheduled to open this August 2026. And of course, we're going to talk to Kelly Dudzik about the Buffalo Sabres and the impact their success and making the second round of the Stanley Cup playoffs has had on the city of Buffalo and the Western New York and the businesses there as well. So if you're a fan of WGR Channel 2, Kelly Dudzik will be on this Monday, May 4th at 3:45. And then Tuesday, 9 p.m., the rescheduled show, the Buffalo Bison's assistant general manager, Brad Bisbing, will be on to talk about the upcoming 2026 Buffalo Bison season at Salin Field and some of their promotions and theme nights, as well as some of the new items going on at the ballpark in downtown Buffalo. So Kelly Dudzik this Monday at 3:45 from WGR, and then Tuesday, May 5th at 11:30 a.m. with Brad Bisbing, again, the assistant general manager for the Buffalo Bisons, who happen to be the top farm team of the Toronto Blue Jays. And speaking of Blue Jays, the Blue Jays won today 11-4 over the Minnesota Twins. And as we watch tonight, Texas is at Detroit at 7:15 p.m. as well. And we got NHL tonight. We've got second round Stanley Cup playoff action between the Philadelphia Flyers taking on the Carolina Hurricanes. I have Carolina winning this series in 5 games over Carolina. And then NBA playoffs, Game 7 tonight. Who would have thought Philadelphia would have taken Boston to Game 7 after Boston was up 3-1, and Jason Tatum right now is questionable to play tonight. Sixers 76. Celtics winner take all. And then tomorrow, Sunday, on Sunday, May 3rd, we have Orlando, Detroit, Game 7. Pistons, a big win last night, coming back on the road down 24 points to defeat Orlando. Can the Pistons do it again like they did in 2003, come back from 3-1 against Orlando? So Pistons Magic tomorrow, Sunday, May 3rd at 3:30 at Little Caesars Arena. And then the Toronto Raptors, on a lucky miracle shot last night by R.J. Barrett, are forcing a 7s game against the Cleveland Cavaliers. So Raptors, Cavaliers, Game 7 tonight in Cleveland at 7:30. Let's see if the Raptors can pull that off in Cleveland, which they have not been so successful. Each home team has won all 3 games in this series. So based on the series is going on, I would say Cleveland has an excellent chance of winning Game 7 tomorrow as well. So lots of sports going on right now with the Stanley Cup playoffs, the NBA playoffs, Major League Baseball, and also National Lacrosse League. Toronto Rock won last night over San Diego 14-12. Rock lead that series 1-0. And the Halifax Thunderbirds taking on the Georgia Swarm. So we're down to the final 4 in the NLL playoffs as well. And I still think Georgia's going to win that series in 3 over Halifax. And I do believe Toronto will defeat San Diego in 3 games as well. So lots of things going on right now as well. And as we wrap up the show, guys, again, you can follow Shira Bellan on these social media platforms. Her business's website is charactercoal.ca, and you can follow them on Instagram at Marketplace Food Finds, as well as their YouTube channel at Winnipeg Marketplace Food Finds, and also on Facebook, Winnipeg Marketplace Food Finds as well. And I want to say thank you so much to Shira Bellan for coming on here tonight. And she's a huge Toronto Blue Jay fan, and she also has 2 dogs as well. So please check out her social media sites as well. If you're in the Winnipeg, Manitoba area, check out her business, Character Co. Again, a woman-owned cannabis Winnipeg. And as we wrap up this show, guys, you want to as we wrap up this show, if you'd like a personalized video message from yours truly, CDP, go to cameo.com/Chris Palme. I do happy birthday, happy Hanukkah, happy anniversary, congratulations, anything within reason. And make sure you book your Cameo today. You can also follow me on Blue Sky Social. Blue Sky Social is what Twitter X used to be. At Live with CDP 19 content there as well. If you're looking to adopt a pet, check out the Cambridge and District Humane Society, located at 1650 Dunbar Road in Cambridge, Ontario. Telephone number 519-623-7722, extension 0, or visit their website, cambridgehumanesociety.org. All the animals and pets that are up for adoption, their profiles and information and pictures are on cambridgehumanesociety.org. And Michelle and their staff do a wonderful job looking after the homeless animals down there and ensuring they get adopted in to good homes in District Humane Society. You can't buy happiness, but you can adopt it. And I really enjoy volunteering down there twice a week, walking dogs. And they have a wonderful bunch of dogs down there that are looking for their forever families and homes. So again, adopt, don't shop. Please consider checking out the Cambridge District Humane Society if you're looking to adopt a pet. Live with CDP Sports and Entertainment Talk Show, again, is live streamed on YouTube, Facebook, X, Twitch, LinkedIn, and now available on Instagram and TikTok. You can also follow my revised website, beacons.ai/Chris D. Palme. All my social media sites are there. You can watch and listen to my past episodes, and some of my best interviews in person and virtually are on there as well. So beacons.ai/Chris D. Palme to check out my media content. Live with CDP Sports and Entertainment Talk Show, again, is going to I just made a boo-boo there, by the way. You can take at Chris Palme. That's right, Chris Palme on TikTok. Follow, like, and share. And by the way, guys, I've been doing this for over 6.5 years, 800 episodes, and you know what? You do make mistakes, and even in the radio industry too. So when you do make a mistake, just own up to it and learn from it. Nobody is perfect. And again, I want to say thank you to you, the audience, for watching and listening to this show. And I hope you know how much I appreciate your support and how much work I do for all my guests on here. Live with CDP Sports and Entertainment Talk Show. The audio version is on iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, Spotify for podcasters, Apple Podcasts, Breaker, Pocket Cast, Spotify, Castbox, LinkedIn, Pandora, Tuned In, YouTube Music, Good Pods. Please subscribe, like, and share. And I do now have 82 countries around the world listening to my audio form of this show. So thank you so much. And I just reached over 12,000 downloads on Spotify. So thank you to everyone for listening to this show as well as watching it on my live stream platforms. Finally, guys, you can email me at live with CDP Sports and Entertainment Talk Show at cpalme19@gmail.com. Any comments, questions, suggestions, feedback would be greatly appreciated. And also, if you like my YouTube channel, my media work, my 3 talk shows, I am on paypal.com. Go to paypal.com at Chris Palme if you'd like to support me through PayPal, or through cameo.com/Chris Palme if you'd like to support and contribute to my content. Finally, guys, you can follow me on Facebook, X, Threads, Instagram, LinkedIn, Blue Sky Social, everywhere on social media except Snapchat. And also remember to check out my YouTube channel, Chris Palme Live with CDP Talk Show. Subscribe, like, and share. And I also have a lot of content on my YouTube Shorts channel as well. And I want to say thank you to everyone liking and sharing my content on my YouTube channel. And I just approached over 713,000 views. And my next goal on YouTube is to get to 1,000 subscribers. So I need about another 162 more subscribers to get to 1,000. And I would like to get to 1 million YouTube views before the end of this year. So please consider subscribing and checking out my content on my YouTube channel, as I really would like to get to 1,000 subscribers, and everyone for supporting my YouTube channel as well. And that is about it for tonight's show, guys. Again, this was my 5th show in 5 days. Thank you to Shira, Bellan, the owner of Character Co. Cannabis dispense store in Winnipeg, Manitoba, a content creator, and also a food content creator with Winnipeg Market Food Finds as well. So please check Shira out on social media as well. And that is about it. I had 5 different guests on this week, and I also had a number of volunteer commitments with the Business Education Partnership of Waterloo Region, speaking at local high schools in Kitchener on Wednesday and Thursday, as well as the Cambridge Humane Society walking dogs as well. And I've been volunteering for over 30 years of my life, since 1995, and it's important to volunteer, give back to your community, help others out. And besides giving back to your community and helping others, you can connect, network, and even maybe find your new passion and new career through volunteer work as well. So consider giving some of your time back to your local community. And the Business Education Partnership of Waterloo Region, thank you to Jennifer Burnstill and to Michelle at the Michelle De Silva at the Cambridge District Humane Society as well. Please check those organizations out as well. And that is about it, guys. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of the weekend, and we'll see you back here this Monday at 3:45 Eastern with Kelly Dudzik, an anchor reporter with WGR Channel 2 Buffalo, New York. And again, thank you to you, the audience, for watching and listening to the show. And we'll see you back here Monday at 3:45 for another edition of Live with CDP Sports and Entertainment Talk Show. Good night, everybody.